Hi guys, good afternoon. This is Dan, or I should say good morning. I'm late today at doing this. I don't know. It's weird. My day got out in front of me. Normally I have this done first thing in the morning, so I feel kind of, I don't know, um, out of rhythm in a way. So hopefully this reading is going to be good. I don't know. We'll see. My name is Dan. Thank you for tuning in. This is Engelgeist, my channel. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. They are very needed, and I love you for them. So thank you. This is the weekly Sunday reading for the underpinning energy. It is a collective reading that is shared by all. It's energy that we need to be aware, or a reading that we need to be aware might be out there for us and available to us. Right? We may experience it differently around certain situations or people in our lives, but if it makes sense and it fits for you, then please use it, take it, apply it, allow it to support you in your decision making, but don't necessarily have it make the decisions for you, if that makes sense. So for those of you that are new, please check out the drop down menu. In there is some things I want you to think about while utilizing any of my readings, and also just kind of how to get in contact with me if you want a private reading, how to follow me, how to support the channel. Great ways of support are by hitting that thumbs up button, leaving a question or comment, subscribing, sharing the videos out, all of that stuff I greatly appreciate. So let's see. Oh, this is for the last week of April, the 24th through the 30th, guys. And we have a solar eclipse on the 30th in the sign of Taurus. Great. Like, we haven't had enough shit going on. Not in the sign of Taurus. Is it? Yeah, it's 10 degrees in Taurus, it looks like. And it's Taurus season. And it's the new moon at the solar eclipse. Okay, let's just all do it right at the end of the month. Why don't we? Okay. I don't know, guys. I feel weird today. We'll see how this reading goes. No guarantees. So, what was the other thing I was going to say to you is that if you're seeing this out of date, right? Like, say it's not April, even. Say it's not, it's a totally different year, or maybe you're seeing it next year in April. Who knows? It's okay to utilize the video. You don't have to turn it off. I do believe that spirit or our higher selves has a way, the universe even has a way of getting the messages to us when we need them rather than maybe when I created them, right? And I trust in that. So know that you can, look at any of my readings out of date, and if they potentially fit, feel free, use them, right? So let's see. Each card is going to represent for a day or two this week. Some of you may experience only one of these cards. Some of you may experience all of these cards and then some. It really is, flexible. We can even change up the plan midweek if we choose to through the daily cards. So we'll see what's going on. And what do they want us to know as we finish out April and head into May, guys? Okay. So for the beginning of the week, we have the Three of Wands. A nice, fiery, passionate energy, right? Looking to the future, maybe looking to the week ahead, or maybe the month ahead, the rest of what we want to accomplish, maybe before the end of the month, or maybe during May, maybe even during the rest of this year. The Three of Wands is all about sort of taking, not necessarily action, but it's about getting ready in expectation of, what it is we desire next to come to us, right? It's that idea of wands to me is that idea of spirit. It's connected to the element of spirit, but it's that idea of thinking about the desire and then just sort of manifesting it, really. Focusing only on when and how it's going to come in, right? She's sitting here looking out onto the horizon. That's a very common theme with the Three of Wands. And in a way, that's what we should be doing, is somewhat not necessarily, how do I want to put this? We want to be in the present, right? Enjoying and relishing the present, right? That would be the sort of the fire and this spirit aspect of the Three of Wands. But we also want to be kind of contemplating what we desire and how we want it to arrive, would be the best way to put it, I guess. And in doing so, trying to remain as present moment as we can, but also look to the future and say, okay, this is what I want. Universe, give it to me. Not necessarily, maybe even, necessarily demanding it. might be good. Just believing that it's possible, not necessarily getting too much into the details. Like let's take this picture for example. She's waiting on a wave. She's looking for the next wave, the wave that's going to carry her through to where she wants to be, to give her, sort of that surfer ride of her life. Let's create that this week. Let's kick off the week full of possibility rather than negativity, right? Full of ideas, potential, action, even, or fleshing out of where we want to be in 6 months or a year or 2 weeks from now, whatever it is, however we're managing this energy or this desire within us, it's a good time to kind of be looking at it, contemplating it, and starting to maybe begin to take steps or allow sort of co-creation with the universe, with the energies around us, with the situations around us, to kind of guide us into them and through them and towards what it is that we want. But we have to be in that sort of anticipation. That's definitely a good word for this card. In that anticipation of the good things that we want and understanding that we deserve them. And then just sort of in that state of allowance to allow them in to our space. Now, for the midweek, we have the Two of Pentacles. We saw her last week, actually. Two of Pentacles is about maintaining balance, but also staying grounded. And Pentacles is oftentimes about material wealth, right? It's the earth, the element of earth. When I look at this particular design, what I love about this is how they have the sun as one pentacle and then her purse as another, right? Which is very much monetary oriented. But I kind of feel like with that Three of Wands in the center, or sorry, not in the center, in the beginning of the week, the midweek is about, okay, so now that we've created the desire, or now that we've understood what it is that we want and how we want it to come in, not how we want it to come in, but that we even want it to come in, right? Now is about taking the steps to start to find the balance and the rhythm within ourselves and ground that desire, that spiritual desire, into the sort of more physical reality that is our existence or our day-to-day life, right? And so we find that fine-tuned balance. We learn it as we go with the Two of Pentacles. Twos are oftentimes how we relate to others or ourselves, I believe. So we could be finding new ways of manifesting this week, new ways of sort of looking at something that we want, and then kind of, I sort of feel like she is tethering the fire that we see in the Three of Wands. That sun above her is that fire that we see in the previous card, right? But it's like more controlled at this point. We know what it is we want. It's formed a shape in a way. And now she's tethering it and trying to figure out how to bring it down into her purse. Do you see what I'm saying? She's doing the dance. This is similar to the reading that I had last week. It's about learning in the moment, again, being sort of present as the experience is happening. We're not expected to like know everything beforehand, right? We can be okay and give ourselves the grace to learn in the present moment as we move forward and as we sort of finesse this energy, these desires, and make them realities for ourselves. So it may not be like the smoothest of rides, because the Two of Pentacles can be a little bit about maintaining balance or trying to keep things together, but it is about like almost, I kind of get a feeling, because the other girl is surfing, this girl to me sort of looks almost like she's dancing in a way, learning a new dance. To me, have fun with this. Enjoy it this week. Be creative with it this week. Be inspired by it this week. And then from that inspiration, kind of ground it into your actual practical day-to-day life, if that makes sense. Now, let's look at the end of the week here and see what that says. Okay, and then we have the Three of Pentacles. So lots of twos and threes this week. Interesting. Three of Pentacles is always about success through collaboration, like material success. Again, we have this earthbound plane card, or the material sort of realm at work here. But I think that what this says to me when I look at these three cards together, if in the midweek we're feeling challenged, or that we're learning, or we may not have all of the answers, the Three of Pentacles tells us by the end of the week, potentially somebody could come into our space with those answers for us, or be able to teach us, show us, guide us to a successful sort of creation in a way, or we could be that person for somebody else this week, right? We want to be open to new ideas. We want to be open to new thought. We want to be open to opinions. We also, I think, we want to look at our skill set too and value or share that this week, even if we feel like we're in the midst of learning something in the process. As we learn, there's something that we could potentially be sharing that will add to our success or the success of others. It doesn't really matter, because even if we're helping someone else in their success, we're ultimately being successful too. Does that make sense? So depending on which side of the coin, no pun intended, but I'm bummed because it's Pentacles. Depending on which side of the coin you're on, whether you're the one that's receiving the assistance and help and collaboration, or you're the one providing the help, wisdom, and collaboration, it feels to me like a week where we're fine-tuning the details, learning the steps, and then sharing those steps in some way, shape, or form. Either somebody's sharing them with us or we're sharing them with them. But we are moving ourselves slowly, moving ourselves forward. I kind of feel slowly because it is Pentacles energy. The desire is strong with that Three of Wands in the beginning of the week. But don't be frustrated if it's like smaller steps, because each step to me, it feels like will be a success, even if it doesn't feel like it. In the midweek with that Two of Pentacles, kind of that sort of like juggling act that she's doing. Does that make sense? By the end of the week, we kind of have a clearer path, an understanding of where we're headed, how we're going to get there, who's going to help us or who we're going to help to get there, what skills we bring to the table specifically to move this forward, whatever it may be. Each one of you is going to have a different, desire point that you're looking at from that Three of Wands, right? So for some of you, if it's a relationship or it's romance, well then, we're going to find a way to get there, or we're going to begin to start the path and find a successful way through, putting ourselves out there, sharing, who we are, what we do, what we know, to move ourselves towards our goals and be successful in that. If it's more money, then that's, the same thing can be said around money. And for some of you, it might be with all of these Two Pentacle cards this week. But whatever it is that you're looking towards or desiring, and learning to sort of place yourself in that pathway to getting it, be open to collaboration to move forward and bring your sort of awareness of your best skills and offer them up too. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. We'll see how. I'm sorry, guys. It's just, I feel a little bit wonky today. So, oh, interesting. We haven't seen her. Card number 14, which numerologically, it becomes a 5, which is about change, right? Which is, never a bad thing. And we could definitely be shifting and changing things with these first two cards this week. But by the end of the week, we're steadily moving forward in a path that we understand or that feels stable. We have Earth Spirit, along with all of this earth energy and the pentacles this week. So the word here is stability. So be open to changing one's ideas. I love the swans down in the corner here before I put the card in there, because you're going to miss them. They'll get covered up, but the swans represent grace to me. So I love that. And then the stability of, I kind of get a feeling that like the Three of Wands and the Two of Pentacles are about creating the idea and then creating the stability. By the end of the week, we feel more of that stability, but our focus should be about seeking that stability, being sort of in that grace, being connected to the earth, being connected to our lives, being connected to our desires at a material level, and allowing that to move us forward, keeping an open mind about what we have to offer, what others have to offer us, not being closed off, and then allow that to kind of take hold, root, bear fruit, however you want to look at it, allow it to come to you. So Earth Spirit, stability. In the lazy quietude of a warm summer afternoon, you recline on the soft moss on the forest floor and listen to the heartbeat of the earth. Her rhythmic cadence surges up from the ground beneath you. With each beat, you remember who you are and what is truly important in life. The strengthening, grounding energy of the earth is filling every part of you. It's time to take measure of your life and put your roots down. Assess who you are and where you are. That's kind of the Three of Wands energy too. interestingly enough. Assess who you are and where you are. Make plans for the future, but don't act on those plans until you feel secure in stepping forward. This is a time of preparation and going deeper. This card can also indicate that you aren't grounded and you need to create more stability in your life. Think things through before you take action. Take time to plan your future carefully. Don't rush into anything. Strength is growing within you. Security and protection surround you. You are safe. If you're thinking of making secure financial investments and receive this card, it's telling you that this is a good time to do so, and it's not a time to take risks. The Earth Spirit provides the trees, plants, flowers, rivers, streams, oceans, mountains, and valleys, and supports us all with her bounty. She's stable and strong in her devotion to us. You're supported and loved, even if you're not always sure of it. The seeds that you plant now will bring abundance in the future, but only if you take the time to nurture those new beginnings, which is kind of the Two of Pentacles. And moving forward with the Three of Pentacles at the end of the week, that could be your connection to the earth, right? That is talking about in this stability card. So keep that in mind too. What the earth offers you and what you offer the earth in collaboration can be quite successful in moving you forward. The spirit of the earth says, be present in the moment. Slow down and let go of the busyness and frenetic pace of life. Explore your roots, honor your past, go deep, reflect on your life. I live. That's beautiful. All right, let's look at the grounding stone for the week and see what that is. This is just a principle or an idea that we want to ground in as we move through this week, and maybe set new pathways or new connections to our life, to our desires, to the earth, and see where it takes us. And, oh, interesting. It's on Tiger's Eye, which is very grounding, and the word is forgive. I always think about this from the standpoint of not only who and what can we forgive, like situationally or from our past that frees us up, but also how can we forgive ourselves, right? And allow ourselves to move beyond whatever limitations we sort of place upon ourselves through our memories, our experiences, our past in a way, right? Because I sometimes limit myself greatly due to the experiences I've had in my past. So oftentimes I have to almost remind myself to forgive myself so that I'm able to understand that I am deserving, that I am worthy, that I can move forward, that it's okay to not, have all of the answers. It's again, back to the swans and that stability card. It's like giving myself that grace to maybe make a mistake here and there, or forgiving myself for having made mistakes in the past, and still allowing myself to continue to move forward, even with the potential of maybe making a mistake again. Does that make sense? So be easy on yourself and others this week. Forgive those that need forgiveness. Forgive yourself if you need it, and allow that forgiveness to kind of alleviate whatever you're carrying so that you can find this stability and move forward. All right. That is your reading, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope it was okay. Please hit that thumbs up button, share out the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a question or comment, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow to see how this energy sort of manifests. Take care. Bye-bye.